I finally had the courage, or have the courage now, to sit in front of a camera. So I've been missing because my dad died. There is nothing on this planet that can prepare you for dealing with the knowledge that a parent has got a terminal disease. The death of a parent is not anything that you can prepare for. Yeah, this is why I've been missing. Whew. I am a little bit camera shy, but here we go. I'm back again. It's been a heck of a ride, guys. It's been a heck of a ride. It is now 10 p.m. and I finally had the courage, or have the courage now, to sit in front of a camera. And I suppose I'm ready to start getting back to normal. This year has gone a bit different to what I thought it would. And yeah, I suppose I'm ready to talk about it. It's been a roller coaster of a year, to say the least. I'm so sorry, my phone keeps going off. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of a year, and for today, I'm actually going to have a glass of wine whilst we have our little catch up, because I need it. It's 10 p.m. I'm shooting now because I've had sports day, and we've 2 kids in the same school at different ages. You do one sports day in the morning, then you go home, do whatever you can with the baby, and then go back for the other sports day. So I'm exhausted, and given what I'm talking about, I think I deserve a glass of wine. So cheers, and let's get into it. So last time I was on this screen was in March, I think it was. And we're in July now, so it has been a while. In March, when we were like, right, we're back, everything is going, yada, 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 my dad's health took a turn for the worse. And there is nothing on this planet that can prepare you for dealing with the knowledge that a parent has got a terminal disease. And for those people that may not be aware, my dad had terminal cancer. He had it for a long time. And unfortunately, he passed away in May. But the lead up to him passing was, I don't even actually know how to describe it, because I feel like I was having an out of body experience. That's the honest truth, because to this very day, I don't even know how I managed the day to day, how I managed to get through everything. Yeah, it's just, it's so sad to see someone suffer, to see someone battle with cancer. I wouldn't wish it on anyone at all. And what I'm just really grateful for is having the opportunity in the last 3 years now, it is, to have the relationship that I had with my dad. We got to a point where he would send me voice notes quite frequently. And it always started with wangu. Wangu is a Shona word, which basically translates to as in mind. So it's a term of endearment. So he would be like, Wangu, how are you today? This is what's happening. How are my grandkids? If you're going to be, I'm going to be out the hospital today, so you can call me and we can talk. And if you've got the kids, let's have a chat. I would walk outside, show him my garden. He would show me what he was doing. I have a video of him dancing. It's probably like, what, 15 years ago when I danced with him. And I used to always send him and remind him of that video and just be like, you'll get to this point again. And there was one time when he started getting feeling back in his legs and he was able to move, and he'd gone to the gym, and he sent me a video of him. Bless my dad's soul, he had no rhythm whatsoever, but he loved dancing. And he was literally like, uh, 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 he was like, look at me, I'm dancing. So those are kind of memories that I hold on to and I cherish. And I've got videos of him FaceTiming my kids, because my children were his only grandchildren. So I'm just so super grateful for um that time. Yeah, so March I sat on here and I said, "Yay guys, I'm back." Then my dad got really sick. And it was touch and go quite a bit going into April. And if I'm honest, I was barely holding on to things. I was barely hanging in there. And having 3 children is no joke. And as a mum, I wanted to protect my kids. It is very difficult to break down, and you've got a 7-year-old there who then gets emotional because my daughter cried. When she saw me crying, she then started crying. So I had to try and keep it together, still turn up to all their stuff. My son's birthday was the end of March, and then my daughter's birthday was in April. All the while, my dad was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. So May, I flew out to go and see him, which we need wine, which was hard because of I left Theo. How old was Theo? 7 months, 8 months at that point. So I'd left my son. I had to wean him off breast milk so I could travel, get him used to a bottle, which major mum guilt. And I know I shouldn't have it because he's perfectly fine, but all my kids, it was one thing that I've always wanted to do. Like, I'll breastfeed my children up until they're 1. But with everything that was going on, I was stressed. I was sad. Like, I was sad all the time. I probably still am sad quite a bit. So I had to wean him off. And then, yeah, I went out to see my dad in May. My gosh, cancer is not something that should ever be taken lightly. It's a horrible, horrible disease. Absolutely horrible. And seeing somebody that you love go through that, and my dad was such a majestic man. My dad's tall, like huge, tall, over 6 foot, just always like big. If my dad walked into a room, you'd know that Morphle Olga is coming and walked into a room. And to see him the way he was heartbreaking. But the one thing that made that whole situation a little bit more bearable was his spirits, because he knew how sick he was in May. So, oh my gosh, that's why we need wine. We had amazing talks. We spoke about everything. He spoke about my childhood. He told me things that I didn't like, things that I don't even remember. But it was so lovely being able to spend that time with him, because I flew out on my own. So I left Alex with the kids, and obviously my mum was helping, and his mum was helping as well. I think dad actually came up as well, just during that time. Yeah. So when I came back after, I'm not going to go into more detail around it. I don't think I'm ready for that as of yet. So sorry. That's pretty much all you're going to get about that trip to see him in May. But when I got back, he took a turn for the worse. And then my sister flew back out because my sister and I went at the same time. Then we both came back, but then his health deteriorated some more, and my sister flew back out. And I remember the day that he passed. He passed 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks after I'd gone to see him. I remember the day that he died. We were it was the half term, and we were in the car with the kids, and my sister called me, and then she said, "It's not looking good." And I said to her, "What does that mean?" If you know me, I'm a straight shooter. Tell me what it is. Don't dilly dally. Just hit me with what it is that you need to tell me. You know, if I need to put my big girl pants on, I'll put my big girl pants on and just deal with it. That's how I prefer. Don't sugarcoat things to me. You know what? I'm not going to go into it because I'll get really upset. But anyways, so I was on the phone to him, and then he asked to see the kids. Passed the phone over, and he spoke to the kids. The kids couldn't really understand him at that time. But they were like, "Hi, Seguro." Seguro is granddad in Shona. They were like, "Hi, Seguro, we love you. I hope you're okay." And Esme said, "I hope you're feeling better." And then after that, after he'd spoken to the kids, I'm gonna look a right mess after all of this. After he'd spoken to the kids, he passed the phone over, and he said, "I can rest now." And I knew what that meant, because when I went to see him earlier on that month, we had a conversation, and I asked him, I said, "I don't like seeing you suffer, and I don't like seeing you in pain." And he said, "When it's time for me to rest, I'll tell you." So when he said on the phone after he'd seen the kids, "I can rest now," I knew what that meant. So I literally said to him, "Okay, just remember that I love you, and I'll see you soon." And he passed, what, a few hours later? That's when he passed away. But yeah, this is why I've been missing. The death of a parent is not anything that you can prepare for, regardless of whatever relationship you have with said parent. All that makeup I had on is useless now. Yeah, so I know I'm talking about it right now, but it's all still so fresh. Yeah, it's just really sad. Really, really sad. All the makeup I had on, it's 10 p.m. It's like the makeup I had on from the earlier on in the day barely was holding on, and then now it's non-existent. So forgive me for what I look like, but such is life, and hence why we have wine for today's episode. So yeah, so I've been missing because my dad died. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to explain the emotions that I'm feeling, because sometimes I forget that he's gone, Like my daughter had her speech day. It wasn't last week. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? And she got a trophy. And when I went to see my dad, he said to me, I used to be so proud of you because you used to get awards all the time. And I've got pictures of you receiving the awards, and you made me so proud because I always had to come and you'd always win something. And it's the first year that my daughter gets to go to a speech day at her school, and she got a trophy. And like, I don't know whether it's reflex, I just went to send the photo to him. And yeah, so I had to stop myself because I'm like, well, he's not there anymore. How do you process grief? How do you navigate all of that? And as a mum as well, like being a mum doesn't stop. If anything, it's made me appreciate the family that I have, the kids that I've been blessed to have, albeit they drive me up the bend every single day. But I'm slowly getting back to normality. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how long grieving is going to take. I don't even know what stage of grieving I'm at because I've not been angry. I've just been really sad. Yeah, I've just been really sad lately, and it hits me at random times. Completely hits me at random times. So I could have a good day, and then something will trigger, something will trigger a memory, or like a smell, or I'll see something. I was in church and I saw a man who was bald, sort of similar build to my dad, and it just completely broke me. So it's just, you just never know what what it what each day brings. And I suppose I'm giving myself grace to walk through whatever it is that I need to do. Because honestly, I genuinely don't know. I don't know how I feel. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what to do with with the emotions. Luckily, I've got an incredible support network. When we talk about village, guys, I've had some amazing, 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 amazing people stand in the gap, like phenomenal people. And I want to name a few of them because these are people that have shown up in ways that I did not know that I needed, but they've been able to do that for me. So my best friend, bless her cotton socks, she has at every single stage, because she's walked through this journey with me for the last 3 years, rebuilding my relationship with my dad, rekindling all of that. She's been through the thick and thin of all of that. You know, little things. She will turn up. She will be on the phone to me. If I call her, God knows what time I call her, I can just, it doesn't matter what she's doing. She just I don't want to get emotional just in case she sees this and she thinks I actually like her. But honestly, Rochelle, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate you more than you probably will ever know. Don't let it get to your head though, because you're still nuts. And half the time you annoy me. But I genuinely love and appreciate you so much. My mum friends as well. That when every time I've been flying out, I've gone out 3 times now to see my dad, and obviously for my dad's funeral as well. And I've not travelled with the kids, obviously, given what it is. I'm not going to be taking children to a hospital or to a funeral. But, you know, I'll look at Erica, for example. Erica has always, like, she's always there to cheer me up, and she doesn't bullshit me and try to tell me like rubbish. She literally was, at one point she was upfront with me. She goes, I don't know what to say to you, but I'm just going to be here for you and do whatever you need me to do. So when I went for my dad's funeral, as an example, what I didn't want is for the kids to feel like something was missing. So Erica took Esme for all the birthday parties that she needed to go to, picked her up, dropped her off, looked after her the whole lot. And then I've got Sade as well. Fantastic. Sade looked after Elias for me, took Elias round, like, and she was doing like mummy daycare with extra kids, and even little things that her and Alison as well, because they know what's been going on and how sad I've been, and they just impromptu, like salsa night, right? We're going salsa. Or she turned up one day with Alison. They literally messaged me and they're like, "Are you home?" I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "We're coming for lunch. We don't need you to do anything. We're just coming. We're coming to be with you." Then my friend Tariro as well. She saw me actually just before I went to see my dad before he passed in May, and she just spent some time with me. Well, we were actually met whilst we were shopping because I was buying my dad's a few bits and bobs, and it's just those people that just check in and just are always there to lift you up and encourage you and walk through everything with you. And even after my dad died, a few people have reached out. Oh, Miriam, I can't even. Miriam lifted my spirits. She left her baby that's 4 months old, drove all the way here, which was 2 hours away, and literally spent all day with me. I think she left like at 10 p.m. And I know that I'm semi-social, not fully social, semi-social, but it's very different when you're dealing with the loss of a parent or dealing with grief or any type of bereavement, to know what you need. So people will be like, "Oh, let me know if you need something." The chances are I'm not going to tell you what I need because I myself don't know. But when you have someone who would be like, "I'm just coming to sit down with you," and there's loads of other people that have reached out and be like, "Can I come and see you? Can I come and see you?" and all of that. And I really, really appreciate those people, because you don't need to come and tell me that, everything's going to be okay or whatever. You just need to be there, and that's that. And I genuinely appreciate all of those, because there's people that have stepped up. Ropa came with her husband, they brought food. My childhood friends, Kuda came with his wife. His wife is the one who took my mum and I to the airport. It's just things like that that are just, yeah, amazing, amazing. So yeah, slowly getting back into the swing of things, and let's see how we get on. Let's see what this new chapter of my life entails, what it means, what it will look like, because guys, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it entails. But yeah, and one thing I am grateful for, and I know I'm super blessed to be in this position, is the having Alex. He is a phenomenal rock. Yeah, life would be a lot more difficult. This whole process would be a lot more difficult if he wasn't there in the capacity that he always turns up and always picks me up. He said something the other day that literally made me break down in tears. And I hope he didn't take it in the wrong way, but he looked at me and he was just like, "I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, how strong and how resilient you are, because there's a lot going on. You've just had a baby. Your dad gets really sick. You've gone out there with a 3-month-old. Then you come back. Then it's everything else going on with life. Then your dad gets sick, and then your dad passes away, but you haven't like reneged in being a mum and all of those things." And I literally broke down in tears. He was like, "Have I said something wrong?" I said, "No." But it's so nice to have someone see you, recognize you, even when you're not good. They still see the good in you. And in the Bible where it says, "He who has found a wife has found a good thing," And I'm so grateful that Alex sees the good in me. Because guys, it's been rough. When I say it's been rough, you guys, it's been rough. When my dad died and after the funeral and I came back, the silence that hits you after a funeral, the lead up to the funeral when everyone's, everyone's messaging, everyone's talking, everyone's calling, everyone, all of that noise, which is fantastic. It's great. But after the funeral, when you come home and it's just silence, that was the hardest part. And when I say it's been rough, I literally was in bed for almost 3 days. I didn't wash. Because when Alex came in, he was like, babe, can I open the window? Because the smell in here it's ungodly. So, but he just loves and supports me through all of that. And I just so super appreciative. But guys, that's my latest update. But we keep going. We keep pressing on. I've got his legacy to uphold. I've got my children, I've got my husband, I've got my family, my friends, and myself actually to live on for. So that's that. I'm going to take each day as it comes, and I don't know what that looks like. Hopefully we get back in the swing of things. I'm actually a little bit camera shy. I've not been in front of the camera for a while, and I feel like I'm being like super vulnerable, and it's a bit messy. I'm sweating. Probably shouldn't be wearing the hoodie, but I'm sweating. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Pray for me. Summer holidays coming up, and I've got 3 children. But until I see you guys, hope you're doing okay. You're keeping on top of things as mums, and see you soon. Bye.